And for those just tuning in, yes, war has finally been abolished. No more war, which I can only assume that most of us agree is basically for the best. Your thoughts on the new system, Alan?
The new system, you mean the one by which all conflicts between countries will now be decided by a game of tennis?
That's right.
Well, I don't know really, Simon.
What are you having trouble with?
Why tennis, do you think?
Well, I suppose it's because if they'd picked running, Kenya would very quickly, pun moderately intended, rule the world.
They would end up ruling the world, wouldn't they? Would that be such a bad thing? Are you, a racist, Simon?
Look, the implication was that Kenyans are good runners, that's all. I could have just as easily mentioned Canadians with hockey, Brazilians with volleyball, the Chinese with ping pong.
That all does sound a bit racist.
It doesn't. I'm merely trying to establish the point that tennis is on a relatively general playing field, without advantage to any particular country, creed, or ethnicity, that's all.
It's a court.
What?
You said playing field, it's tennis. This is tennis, it's played on a court.
Fine. What else confuses you about the new system?
Yeah, I mean, basically, how does it work exactly? Basically.
You're having trouble with the concept of conflict between countries being settled in the sporting arena rather than on a battlefield. Are you a complete moron?
Yeah, well, not that bit, obviously. I'm talking about at the end. Right now, we've got Medvedev playing Fritz to finally sort out the whole Russia-America conflict. But what happens next? If Medvedev wins, does Russia just get America?
Well, Yes, I see. That's a very good point, actually.
It is, isn't it?
Not too well thought out, is it? Sorry, I called you a moron, Alan.
It's all right. I'm sorry I implied that you might secretly harbour racist views.
It's all right.
I hate it when we argue. It's all a bit silly anyway. No, it's more than silly. I'll tell you what it is. It's a crazy fuck ton of pressure to put on a single individual whose job until this point has been nothing more than, as the implication of sports in general implies, a game.
It is, isn't it? I mean, you wouldn't expect your preferred presidential candidate to be magically elected simply because you got a strike when bowling, would you?
I wouldn't expect that, no.
Nor would I. It's all a bit silly.
More than silly.
More than silly, yes.
Is it just me? Or are they not playing as well as they used to? You'd think with the whole fucking country on the line, they'd be trying a little harder. I mean, look, Medvedev isn't even facing the right direction, and Fritz appears to be repeatedly smashing himself in the face with a chicken.
It doesn't scream winner, does it?
Where the hell did he get a live chicken?
I don't know.
What are we witnessing here exactly, Simon? Is it espionage? Have they been horribly drugged or something?
Well, that could be part of it. We certainly can't rule anything out. But let's not ignore the possibility that since the decision was made to replace coaches with government officials, the stupid has just inevitably trickled down.
That does make sense, I suppose. But if the best players are shit now, why don't they just make Biden and Putin play instead?
Maybe because Biden broke his leg simply walking his dog.
But if one game suddenly determines the fate of a nation, what happens with trade relations?
I don't know.
Or the structure of the UN?
I don't know.
Or the redistribution of wealth?
I don't fucking know, Alan.
What the hell was that?
Oh look, war's back. Thank God.
None of this is real.